Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to some more Microtopia here on Bear's Den, and we're starting pause because, well, there's a problem. I took that out. I didn't give these guys somewhere to go, so now they're just running around in circles. And we really need to show this island here a little love today. We need to get over to the floral one here rather soon, but right now I want to see if I can figure out exactly what I want to do about this island. And we may actually get to the floral one as well, but well, these guys can't be recycled because our stockpile is full. These guys are just walking themselves to death and then going and getting upgraded to the adults. We do have our miners over here mining away, as they do. What do we have? We have 4. Okay, so we can have 4 miners at the moment. Now if I open this, start it back up a minute, these guys should go and start mining. Now, where is he running off to? He is coming over here onto the main line where he absolutely should not be. That's a problem. Okay. So we're going to send him back over here. And that is because we have this sent to only allow 4 into that way. And we have this one only allowing 1 going in to go over here. So we need to restrict how many miners we have in total. And I don't know if I can actually do that, or I need to, what I think I want to do right now is, we have a pretty good size area over here. I'm thinking we move some of this out of here to start with. Like, I don't believe there is any more copper in this side that needs to be picked up, so we can go ahead and move this copper stockpile back over here, which is what we're using for this, which we're going to, for right now, send these guys off over here, and we're going to have them work on cleaning up all of this copper we have out here. That'll take care of that problem, so let's go ahead and do that, and then we can send these guys back onto that route. And so now they can work on getting that copper out of there instead of just walking themselves plumb to death. Now we are going to need to set up a old gate right here with our elder trail that comes back over and sends them in there so they can get upgraded. Now, we also might need to, yeah, that's getting really close. So we probably should set up a gate here, a stockpile gate. And I think we'll do one from here And then we'll do another one from here. And then we will send these guys off somewhere else. So this stockpile gate goes to there. And we're going to set it to like that 140 we normally do. And then this one set to there. And see, now we have a problem because they got full already. Alright, so now that'll take care of that. So now they all are completely full of copper, and they're just going to end up dying with a lot of copper in their inventory. Let's go ahead and, for right now, send them back up here. And yeah, that's not going to do what we want to do. We want to go to there. Delete that for the moment. And yeah, let's pause everything you're doing here, because now you're just sending in new guys that are already empty. Okay, move him back over there. Move him back over there. Him back. Get you guys out of my way for just a second. Okay, you are empty as well. So you get back over there. You're empty, you get back over there. Okay, you're empty, you get back over there. You're empty, you get back over there. Both of you are empty. You get back over there. And now we can go ahead and delete that, because we no longer want them going that way. We now want them to continue going up to there, which is where we want them. So now we can put you back on that line. And we need to delete that line. Alright, so now all of you guys back onto there. And all of you guys back onto there. And we still didn't get enough of that copper gone. Okay. So, if you guys cannot pick up any copper, which we technically can put a gate for right now, we can just put in a carry gate right here. And we can just put it there. That'll take care of that minor issue. And now those guys will go that way. If they're carrying anything, they go that way, and the little guys go this way. And now, yeah, you guys are all carrying copper, so you need to drop your copper, drop your copper, drop your copper. Why are you not going? Oh, because it's got a digger in there. Why did we end up with a digger in there? Is that a digger? Is that the problem? I can't tell because it won't actually tell you, but that looks like a small one, not a digger. So I don't know why any of these guys, once they drop their stuff, aren't going up in there. Okay, that one did. Okay, so that problem should almost be worked out. Now we have the whole problem of dying while still carrying stuff, because this is just not getting empty. So I think for right now, we're going to have to put one of these in here and send them all back up here real quick so they can all just drop their stuff, and that'll take care of that issue. Now we need to deal with what are we going to do with these little guys. And what we're going to do with these little guys is we're going to send them to the exact same place that all of these little guys here are going, which is to be upgraded. And yeah, that's something else I need to deal with real quick. Let's get all of this scrap copper out of here so I can see it. Okay, I didn't mean for you to pick that up. Put that down. Okay, you... No, don't pick that up. Put that down. Now, go there. Thank you. Alright, so now we need to fix this because we need to make sure Elder Trail into here and then set up a divider to there. So now they will go 1 to 1. Alright, so now we can send these guys off over here. And I might end up having them go back to become miners at some point. But right now, we're just going to set them to come over here and get turned into adults, at least for the meantime. Alright, so now stockpile's full. They immediately come over and get turned into adults. Okay, get rid of that. That cleans that up a bit. And we don't need copper at the moment, so we don't need to worry about those anymore. The adults can come over and do their job. These guys still can't get recycled because I still haven't done anything with this full stockpile of crap. You guys, I don't know why on earth you are still getting over here, because you should not be going here. Still not 100% sure how you're even getting here, because you guys should not be able to go into here. Wait a minute, you were doing copper wire. That's the problem. Okay. So that one is another one that I need to set up a stockpile gate for. I need to send that the other direction. We need a gate, stockpile, which is then going to go off from here. You need to stop what you're doing. Get out of here. Okay, stop everything. Stockpile gate, assign that. Again, we're going to do 140, which I cannot get it to stop on. So now, if you cannot go that way, then you're going to come back out here onto that line, which is then going to send you up and into this area. And now we need to deal with these guys aren't actually able to do anything because they're just walking themselves to death because there's no fabric. Okay, so now after that they come up here and they go into here and they make concrete if there is rubble for them to do so, and currently there is no rubble to do so because we have no miners, and that's because we just killed off a ton of them and we're back down to like 78 now. We're really hurting for population, but we'll deal with that. We're getting glass here, which is good. These guys should now, if they don't go into here, which we need to do a stockpile for this as well, so we might as well go ahead and do that right now while we're thinking about it. So now we'll set that to that, and again we'll set it to 140. So now if they end up with nothing to do, these guys are going to end up walking themselves to death, but that's fine. So now they'll come up here and they will start walking around here to collect this energy pods that are going over to the other island. And I did notice that there is, well, one, there is a bunch of these that we can get cut down. They don't have a lot to them, but we can go ahead and cut down the little bit of them that we have. But there is also back here at the very end of the island a lot of these energy pods. So I need to set up so that these guys can go and deal with that. Now this is a plant cutting line, and I think what we're gonna do, let me pause this for a minute, is each one of these trees, the fruit takes like a whole lot of time, and I don't know what that max amount of time is, but I know it's pretty high. There's one right there, but they're actually not going to get to that one. So let's go ahead and pause again, and we'll have this come in like that to make sure it gets that one. And then we should be able to bring this through there instead. Alright, so he just grabbed that one, so it's 2740. There's another number on it. I'm not sure what that second number is. That one only has one. That one only has one. That one has two. Okay, so it's like 2,700. So I'm thinking what we can do is if our tree... Let me rephrase that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's like 17 of them there. So what I'm thinking is we put a timer gate on it. So when they get to this point right here, where we send them up to go do this, Let's see, how do I want to do this? Alright, so first thing is we want to turn this into a main line, which we're going to send up to there. And then we're going to erase that completely. We're also going to erase that. Then we're going to set up a foraging, no, we want to set up a timer gate up to here. And yes, I know that's going the wrong direction. We'll deal with it. Right, let's bring it over there for a minute. So, timer gate we can set up to a maximum of 60 seconds. And that plant that we were just looking at, which was this one, is 2686 seconds. And we have, I think I said like 13 of them up here. Grab my calculator here. So we're looking at, we're going to say 3,000 seconds. Divided by 13 is 230 seconds. So even if we sent one in here once a minute, they still would be walking themselves basically to death. If we only had them coming in to this area. So I think what we need to do is we need to set up like, well, one, we need to have them get the rest of this rubble out of here for one. So we're going to set up a large stockpile here and a large stockpile here, and we're going to have this timer gate set to 60 for the moment, and then we're going to have the foragers come up and go that way. And then we're going to erase this one altogether for the moment. So every 60 seconds, they'll be able to send one guy in here to walk around, is what I'm assuming. So when they get down to here and they drop off either their plants or their balls, then we will have them check if they're old, and then we're actually going to send them up that way. And then we'll have hauling, and we'll just send these up for those at the moment, and then we'll have them come back down there, and then back down to here. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one, and we're going to have it connect there. So now, this one we want to assign to copper. This one we want to assign to iron. So now they're going to come up. They're going to grab the stuff. They're going to come down. They're going to drop it off. And then they're going to go back through. They're going to check if they're old. Alright, so let's see what this guy does. He hit the timer gate. So now he's going to go do his walk around, see if there's anything that needs to be picked up. And I'm going to adjust this because we have that one going that way or going that way. And we're going to adjust that a bit as well. But that'll at least give them something to do rather than just walking themselves to death over here. They'll only take a trip through once every little bit. Alright, so now we've got them coming up this way. This is a carry gate for if they're carrying anything from this trip. So we need to make sure that if they're carrying anything, they go that way. But we don't want them turning and going back up that way. We actually want to get rid of this line. And we want to bring it down and have it connect. Oh, well. No, we kind of need... Well, maybe I'll move those stockpiles. Because we need to know if they're carrying something here. And I guess we just do a gate for right now. And we just do a carry gate. So if they are carrying something, they go that way. Which he just is going to sit there for the moment. And then we're going to have them, if they're not, come back to the timer. And this carry gate should no longer be necessary. So we can now just send him right on over that way. So that's going to be their option. If they're carrying something, they go drop it off. If they go and drop it off, then they're going to... Well, he died. But if he's carrying something, then they're going to come down here. And yeah, that's also... Yeah, they're going to come down here. They're going to go do a lap. They're going to come back. They're going to go to their timer gate. If it's time, they're going to go do that. If it's not time, they're going to go back and do more. So now we'll only have one of them going up here every 60 seconds to check this. And that'll help us to get this cleaned out of the mess we have up here and give these guys something to do besides walking themselves permanently to death. Now if I take you guys out of here, you should try to go in. Why did you go 140? Oh, that's right, you guys aren't having the issue because your stockpile is full. You're having the issue because there is no rubble. Because we need to get miners mining the rubble, which is a whole different issue. Okay, well, I have a way of fixing that as well. Which is, we are going to set another stockpile gate. We want a stockpile gate, and we're going to put it right after this one. That'll also send you up here. And this one we are going to assign to the rubble stockpile, which is this one. And that is iron. And we're just going to send that over there because it shouldn't be needed anymore, because these guys do not have iron over here to be grabbing, so we can go ahead and just delete that one. It's no longer necessary. We will need it when we send our miners to start mining that, but we don't need it for the rest of that. Okay. So now these guys, if I send them back over here, they should now go in. Wait a minute. Enter if stockpile contains more than 30. No, less than 30. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Is that sign, is that the right? That is the right stockpile, right? That is for rubble. Okay. So I want them to enter if stockpile contains more than actually 30 is not a bad number. But that means that they should not. Oh, I did it the wrong way. So yes, it needs to be if there is less than 30. Because I have that for the opposite. So now they come out, they go into there, they check both things are not true. So now they're going to go back up that way. And then they will go and be on the path of collecting the pod things and getting that rubble out of there. Alright, so now, next thing I need to do is I need to get these guys that are on the forage path here something to actually, or on the cutting path here, something to actually cut, which there isn't a whole lot. These things are really, really crap. There's very little on them. Now, I can't believe this one that says it's going to fruit, but it has none on it currently. I don't know how in the world that happened. Also, let's take a second and go look at how our pod workers are doing. Where is Mama? There's Mama. Alright. So there's all our little pod worker guys. And man, are they doing their job. Okay, so we might actually need to now start setting some of these guys over to the other flower area, because we are kind of getting a lot in this area. But since we know that this is actually working as we intended it to, this guy is about ready to pop. So you guys can actually see he pops, he goes in, he gets a new energy thing. Which, by the way, I do have to say the walking speed thing is bull, because with this level of pod, they most definitely do not walk any faster. They walk at 12, which is the same as what the babies walk at 12 as well. So they absolutely do not walk at the same speed. Or at a faster speed. But we do definitely need to deal with the amount of these guys that are going this way. And I think we're going to do the same thing over here. I keep turning that and forgetting where I'm going. I think we're going to do similar over here. We're going to take what we learned with these guys, because if I remember correctly from what we were looking at with these guys, is that they can do plant cutting and foraging. So if we set up the thing over here to make them the light bulb guys, the pod guys, we can have them basically continue working, and this will be a good place to set them up. We're gonna have to make them these ones, but that means we're gonna need a lot of those green ones, which for one means we're gonna stop sending the green ones over to get fed to the queen, because again, I don't think those are doing her any good. So we're actually going to delete that. We're going to have her just keep eating the yellow ones for right now. I will set up getting these guys split and over to this other field so they can start collecting on these, so we have more things. And then we're going to probably, this is where we're going to use the bridge, and we're going to have them walk across this bridge. Well, not that bridge, wrong way again. We're going to have them walk across this bridge. Or what we could do, actually, maybe a better idea. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better idea. Is instead of doing that, we have pod workers that are doing the yellow over here, keeping her fed for right now. Maybe when we get to the floral island and we get the tier 3, maybe those will be better for her. We'll have to figure that out. But I think for right now, we're going to change over this whole island to be pod workers. That way they just don't die. They'll just keep feeding themselves off of those yellow ones and just keep going back to work. So I'm now going to actually take some time and work on revamping this island to pod workers, and then we'll have the larvae still sent, because we're not going to need these incubators anymore. The only thing we're going to need the incubators for is these guys right here, not those guys right there. These guys are the only ones we're going to need that for, and you know, we kind of got a lot of research points at the moment anyways. We can probably move this whole thing over to that other island, the desert island. And I can see so many ways that I would have played this differently if I actually knew the tech tree. So if we end up doing a second season of this, it should definitely be a bit different. But right now, it's just a whole lot of learning. So, I'm going to put it up again as a poll. If you guys want to see this changeover, let me know. If not, I'll do it in the background. And this one isn't quite so far away, so I should remember what in the heck I am actually doing. Again, message me in Discord, leave a like on this video, or I'll put up another poll for you guys. And this will be the last time I do this for this series. If I get the same response I got from the last series, which was basically, you go fuck yourself. But I want to get this island changed over to pods so that they stay alive. And I want to get some of this set up as well and get this done. And so we'll see how that works, because I'm seeing where this pod thing is going to be quite interesting. Anyways, that's enough rambling for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.